Now, funny enough, I actually know two Mandaeans. Two Mandaeans. What are the odds? Well, I met one of them, and then 2 years later, I actually am in the class with her niece. And I actually had met the niece before, but didn't remember her. And I don't know how we got on the topic of religion, but yeah, Mandaeans. And a Yazidi, right? So that's kind of odd. But it got me thinking, what religions other than Eastern Orthodoxy do I respect? And I'll ask you guys this question too. And I respect cultural Roman Catholicism, like practitioners from that also kind of almost, it's almost closer to Eastern Orthodoxy. Like they'll include non-official saints and stuff like that. But as for Pope Francis, no way. But hopefully he's just a blip on the radar. And as for Vatican II, screw that. So traditionalist Catholics and Catholics who basically function as traditionalist Catholics in Latin America or Italy. Judaism, they're non-Zionist Jews. I like that they're non-Zionist, but still there's a lot of stuff they say about Jesus that is not good, and they include the Talmud as part of the Torah. I never knew that when they say Torah, they also mean Talmud, and they don't see a difference between the actual written Torah, the 5 books of Moses, and the Talmud, which, how do you not know it? Obviously comes from like Rabbi Akiva, and I mean, there's whatever. But so not Judaism, because that's the exact rabbinical Judaism is the exact thing that was railed against by Christ. That's the traditions that Christ said were evil. Now Jews themselves, that's different. I'm not talking about individual people. Islam, no. Yet the Alawis, the Alawites, and some forms of Shiaism, I think I do, because I believe that they're crypto-Christians. Even though they have the Quran, they've managed to, I mean, in their ceremonies sometimes they'll drink wine. Men and women are equal. Like you could see crypto-Christian practices in there. So kind of like in Spain with some of the communities of crypto Jews that are Christian and Catholic, but they still have things like the Star of David. They'll have the menorah, the lampstand on the altar and stuff like that. But so that Sunni Islam, no. Even though there's some Sunnis I like very much. But as a religion, Zoroastrianism, I think I have a good amount of respect for, and plus because Islam's extremely violent. And I guess one of the reasons is that why I don't respect the Mandaeans, or the Yazidis, or the Druze, or the Muslims for the majority, or any of that, is because they're competitors and they speak about the same people, and they have their heresies. Zoroastrianism, they don't say anything about Abraham, Moses, Jesus, nothing. And they believe in one God, Ahura Mazda, and you could say it's dualistic or whatever. They have an afterlife, or a day of resurrection, I should say, and a final judgment. Yeah, I can respect that. Buddhism, do I respect that? Surprisingly enough, they don't say whether there's a God or not. They say, Buddha said, for the function of this, don't worry about the idea of a soul, God, or blah, blah, blah. So they're fine, except for the Western practitioners of it, which basically the white people who are assholes and arrogant. Gnosticism, no, I think Gnosticism is only for the most arrogant elitists, and they'll admit to being better than other people when you get it down to it. But you believe that salvation's not open to everybody, that not everybody is equal, that you actually are more spiritual, you're better. It's like, Scientology is Gnostic too, and they'll say yes, and their compassion is not high, it's just pretend. So besides Zoroastrians and Mahayana Buddhists, do I respect anybody else? The Hindus, do I respect them? No, I can't, right? They're pagan, they're polytheistic, even though they claim they're not. Individually, I can respect a Hindu, but the Bhagavad Gita, at least not anybody who believes in the Bhagavad Gita. If there's other forms of Hinduism, maybe, but the Bhagavad Gita is too offensive to me. What Krishna told Arjuna, and I'm sure many Hindus would say that I'm misunderstanding it, and there's actually Hindus that think that it's compatible with Christianity. Sikhism. What about the Sikhs? I mean, they fought the Muslims, they defended the Indian subcontinent. What about them? No, because one, they are hypocrites. Because if you read what they denounce, one of the things is pilgrimages. And I know that Sikhs go on pilgrimages sometimes. And two, the things that they attack are things that Islam and Christianity and Judaism have in common. So, no. And besides, they were born out of violent war. And they do have meaningless rituals. I shouldn't say meaningless rituals. They are extremely ritualistic to the point of not just segregation, because that's fine, but why they mock something like veneration of relics or pilgrimage, yet believe that men can never cut their hair, they have to keep it covered, they have to carry a knife on them at all times, even though it goes against the original purpose because it's not functional, it's not a friggin' sword. But individually I could get along with the Sikh, I think. But I think that's it. Buddhism and Mahayana Buddhism, Zoroastrianism, and folk Catholicism, and I think that's about it. Again, individually, and I'll have respect for a holy place just because it's holy, because of people's attachment to it, right? Just like I would any grave. But yeah, so tell me if you think I'm incorrect on any of these, and if you want to share which ones you would or wouldn't, please tell me in the comments below. Peace to you.